What is your take on the young university student in Nigeria who just became born again and decided to drop out of school to start all over again from his high school exams because he cheated and doesn't feel he is qualified to be in the university as a Christian since cheating is a sin?
I don't know the situation.
Like from his WAEC examination, he cheated in his WAEC examination.
How could he cheat in his WAEC examination?
So
how did he do it? Why should he do that?
That was before he got born again.
Okay,
so he cheated in the exam.
And he didn't catch it. Nobody, he was not caught.
So he went into the university. I think he was in his third year. Then he got born again. Then he dropped out of the university. Like he was going back to start all over again because like some kind of restitution. Since he's a sin, he doesn't think he's qualified to be in the university. So he has to go back to write another WAEC to continue. So now begin to apply again for admission. So they are asking, what is your take? Do you think it was a wise thing to do?
I think if that is what the Holy Spirit or His Spirit is telling him to do, that is brilliant. That's wonderful. If that is the leading of the Spirit inside him. And that is, it's costly. It's a costly thing to do, but if he is sure that he's doing it because that is what his heart is telling him to do, that is excellent. And I think probably he's right. Then that is what his heart is actually asking him to do. Because the way the publicity has gone around, I think God has confirmed that. And maybe that's going to be the greatest news or the greatest publicity guy is ever going to get in his whole life by obeying God. And if he had finished that school, nobody would have had about him that he finished anything, that he even exists himself. Now the whole country is knowing that he's existing. So the bottom line is not the act itself, but the obedience and the following of the leading of the Holy Spirit. Okay. So if he actually was led by the Holy Spirit and by the result, it's like it's obvious that he was led by the Holy Spirit to do it. As long as he's led by the Holy Spirit to do it, it's proper. So it's not the act itself. Somebody might be led to have done that like him, and then the other person is not even convinced to do that. So the same situation might be different responses.
Okay, so if the person that is not led by the Holy Spirit and doing it, what do
he's going to be disgraced. He might never get admission again because the Holy Spirit will not back it up.
Okay.
Because it's not a demand of the scriptures. It's just a demand of the leading of the Holy Spirit.
What in the case when is the church, maybe he got born again, so that is telling him to do that because they see it as a kind of restitution, using some scriptures to back that up?
Yeah, if it is the church that asks him to do that without him having the affirmation in his own spirit, the confirmation in his own spirit, it's going to be disgraced. It's going to be retarded and rejected and miserable, most likely. Okay. Nobody will even know about it. It will not be glorified. It will not be glory. But when it is God, God is going to use all his resources to back him up, to push him forward and to promote him and to glorify him.
Okay, so what can you say to people that are in this kind of situation? They are born again, all right, and their church or probably their pastor, it's putting this enforcement on them that they have to do restitution since they did that. They don't have that conviction, but it's more like the requirements of the church and all that, where they got born again. What should they do? And they're between those opinions.
The bottom line is not to make anybody do anything.
Okay.
Not just this one. But, pastors shouldn't make people do things.
Okay.
One time somebody asked me a question about the length of people's ladies' skirt. I mean, is it skirt?
Gown,
skirt and gown. And I said it's not any pastor's business to measure and to be giving the lady the measurement or the length of the gown or the skirt they are supposed to be wearing. And some people came down at me and said, no, why? How can the Church of God must be kept holy and all that? But it's not, nobody can keep anybody holy. You cannot do it. The holiness is coming from the heart. Okay. The ones you are thinking are holy from the outside, they are the most sinful ones inside. And God looks at the inside, by the way. So it's the same thing. No pastor can make anybody to do anything. The highest order of Christianity and the most primary assignment of pastors is to teach people to walk with God.
Wow.
To be led by the Spirit of God themselves. That's it.
Wow.
They shouldn't be teaching any other thing in the sense that you know, what to wear, what you do, what to return, what to teach. They could mention it, but they should still teach people to follow their heart and their leading of the Spirit.
Wow. So it should be more of what you are convinced of, what the Spirit is leading you to do. So,
but the pastors have the right to teach that.
Okay.
But then the people also have the right to hear God and not to do it and to follow that leading or not.
Wow. Amazing, Pastor. Thank you for the answer.